Iran has officially unveiled its latest air defense system, and it's making waves across the global defense community. This new system combines cutting-edge radar technology, long-range missile interceptors, and advanced mobility to detect and neutralize drones, helicopters, fighter jets, and even cruise missiles. Analysts are calling it a major leap forward in Iran's military modernization, and a direct challenge to Western air dominance. Welcome back to Planet Stream, your ultimate destination for global defense news, military technology, and geopolitical updates from around the world. If you're passionate about understanding how nations shape the future of warfare, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, so you never miss our next deep dive analysis. The world was watching closely when Iran's defense ministry unveiled what it called the next generation of air defense capability. Cameras flashed, officials stood tall, and beneath a hangar draped with Iranian flags, a new weapon of the future rolled into view. This was not just another radar system. This was a statement, a message to the world that Iran is no longer simply a regional power. It's a player in the global defense technology race. The system, which Iran claims can track over 100 targets simultaneously, represents a powerful evolution of their existing BAVAR-373 platform. But according to Iranian officials, this new version surpasses it in speed, range, and detection capability. For decades, Iran has been developing indigenous air defense systems, often under sanctions, isolated from Western technology. Yet, against the odds, it's managed to produce systems that are now being compared to some of the most sophisticated in the world. So, what exactly sets this system apart? At its heart lies a phased array radar, a complex radar that can track and guide multiple interceptors simultaneously. Unlike older mechanical radar systems, phased array radars use electronically steered beams, allowing for instantaneous tracking and targeting. This technology gives Iran the ability to detect stealth aircraft, drones, and missiles, even in complex jamming environments. Then comes the long-range missile interceptors. Iranian officials claim these missiles can engage targets at ranges up to 300 kilometers, making them one of the farthest-reaching defensive weapons in their arsenal. These interceptors are guided by radar and infrared systems, enabling them to engage high-speed aerial threats like cruise missiles or advanced fighters. Mobility is another key factor. The system is mounted on a heavy 8x8 military truck, capable of rapid redeployment. In modern warfare, mobility equals survivability. A mobile system can change locations after every launch, making it harder for enemies to target. Together, these three features, radar, interceptors, and mobility, make Iran's new system not just powerful but tactically unpredictable. Let's face it, the skies of modern warfare are more crowded and complex than ever. Drones, stealth jets, ballistic missiles, loitering munitions, every new technology presents a fresh challenge. Iran's defense experts claim this new platform was built specifically to detect, track, and destroy all types of aerial threats, from small drones flying low to fast-moving fighter jets flying high. In fact, one senior Iranian military commander said during the unveiling, "Our enemies may have stealth technology, but our system sees beyond invisibility." That's a bold statement, but it reflects Iran's growing confidence. If true, it means Iran could potentially defend itself against advanced aircraft like the F-35 Lightning II or Israel's F-15I Strike Eagles, both of which have dominated Middle Eastern airspace for decades. To truly appreciate this achievement, we must understand the journey behind it. For over 40 years, Iran has faced severe international sanctions restricting access to modern weaponry and critical components. Unable to import defense technology, Iran invested heavily in domestic research and development. This strategy of military self-reliance became the backbone of its national defense doctrine. The unveiling of this new air defense system marks not just a technological victory, but a political one. It's a message to the world: we no longer need your technology, we make our own. Iran's defense industries have mastered reverse engineering, adaptation, and innovation under pressure. The result: homegrown radar arrays, guidance systems, and missile propulsion technology that rival, and in some cases, surprise, their adversaries. Unsurprisingly, the global reaction was immediate. Western defense analysts expressed skepticism, while Middle Eastern military observers expressed concern. Israel, in particular, has long viewed Iran's air defense network as a strategic challenge to its regional dominance. If this new system performs as advertised, it could reshape the aerial balance of power in the Middle East. Experts have pointed out that the system bears resemblance to Russia's S-400 and China's HQ-9, both highly advanced platforms. However, Iran insists that its design is entirely indigenous. In Washington, defense officials have been monitoring Iran's growing missile defense capabilities closely. Some analysts believe this unveiling may accelerate the arms race in the region, with Gulf states like Saudi Arabia and the UAE seeking even more advanced air defense solutions from the United States. Now let's dive deeper into the mechanics of the system. This radar is capable of electronically scanning the sky in milliseconds without physically rotating. It can detect targets as small as a drone or as fast as a ballistic missile. Iran claims the new system can launch multiple interceptors at once, creating a layered shield. If one missile misses, another immediately takes its place. The system is reportedly hardened against jamming and cyber interference, a critical feature in modern electronic warfare. It is not a standalone system. It's designed to work with other Iranian air defense systems like KHORD-AD-15, Talash, and Bava 373 through a centralized command and control network. This creates a web of overlapping defenses, covering long-range and short-range threats alike. Iran's military modernization strategy has been shifting from sheer numbers to quality and capability. Rather than focusing solely on ballistic missile production, Iran has diversified its defense investments into drones, electronic warfare, naval systems, and advanced radar. This unveiling shows that Iran wants more than deterrence, it wants strategic parity. It's a clear signal: the era of Iran relying on outdated Soviet-era systems is over. The future is indigenous, mobile, and connected. Furthermore, Tehran's military planners see air defense as the cornerstone of national security. In an age of drone warfare and preemptive strikes, the ability to control your airspace determines your survival. This new air defense system could reshape the security landscape of the Middle East. Countries like Israel and the US have relied on air superiority as a key advantage. But with Iran's improving defenses, the cost and risk of air operations increase dramatically. If Iran can effectively defend its skies, it strengthens its position in future conflicts, from Syria to the Persian Gulf. It may also encourage its allies, such as Hezbollah or the Houthis, to adopt similar defense technologies. That could complicate aerial operations for Western coalitions across multiple fronts. And beyond the battlefield, this move sends a psychological signal, a message that Iran is not only capable of defending itself, but also deterring potential aggressors. Defense analysts estimate that the radar range of this system is around 450 kilometers, and it can engage multiple targets simultaneously at altitudes up to 27 kilometers. If these claims hold true, that puts it roughly in the same league as the Russian S-400 or even parts of the American Patriot system. However, analysts caution that until real-world tests are verified, these numbers should be taken carefully. Nonetheless, Iran has been demonstrating significant progress, and even conservative estimates acknowledge its growing sophistication. Some even speculate that this system might include foreign inspiration, possibly Russian or Chinese design influences, merged with Iranian innovation. Every weapon tells a story, and this one tells a story of deterrence. Iran knows that it cannot match Western air forces jet for jet. Instead, it invests in technologies that deny those forces air superiority. This approach, known as anti-access area denial, focuses on preventing enemies from operating freely near Iranian territory. By building dense layers of air defense systems, radar networks, and missile batteries, Iran is effectively creating an invisible wall around its borders. The message is clear: if you come into our airspace uninvited, you might not leave it. What's remarkable is that all of this comes from domestic engineering. Iranian scientists and military engineers have been working tirelessly under the constraints of limited resources and international isolation. Over time, this isolation fostered creativity. They learned to repurpose civilian technology, develop indigenous radar algorithms, and even build composite materials for missile casings. This latest system showcases that resilience. It's more than just hardware, it's a symbol of technological independence. So, where does Iran go from here? Experts believe Iran will continue to upgrade this system, possibly integrating artificial intelligence for faster target recognition and automated interception. We could also see network defense grids, where multiple radar stations and missile systems share real-time data through secure links. Another likely step: the development of export variants. Iran has already sold or shared some of its defense technologies with allies and partners. If this new system enters the export market, it could attract buyers from countries under similar sanctions or looking for alternatives to Western systems. Washington, Tel Aviv, and Riyadh are already watching closely. In Israel, defense planners worry that Iranian-made air defenses deployed in Syria or Lebanon could restrict their freedom of movement. The United States, meanwhile, is analyzing satellite imagery to assess the system's true capabilities. Defense officials are concerned that Iran's advancements could embolden its regional allies, complicating U.S. operations. In Russia and China, however, the reaction is different. Some see Iran's progress as validation that non-Western defense technology can compete globally. This geopolitical ripple effect is huge. It's not just about one system, it's about the shifting balance of technological power. Of course, not everyone is convinced. Critics argue that Iran's announcements often exaggerate performance claims. However, even propaganda serves a purpose: psychological warfare. By projecting strength, Iran deters aggression and boosts national morale. Still, satellite images and field reports increasingly show that Iran's claims are not just words. These systems are real, deployed, and operational. The world is watching, and perhaps, quietly, taking notes. In conclusion, Iran's unveiling of this new air defense system represents a turning point in its defense evolution. From the days of outdated imported systems to today's indigenous, modern, mobile, and intelligent platforms, Iran has come a long way. It signals the start of a new era where smaller nations, through persistence and innovation, can build defenses once thought reserved for superpowers. Whether or not Iran's claims are fully accurate, one fact remains undeniable: the world can no longer ignore Iran's growing technological edge in air defense. Thanks for watching this deep dive on Planet Stream. If you found this analysis insightful, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications for more exclusive content on defense technology, geopolitics, and world affairs. Your support helps us bring you powerful stories from across the planet, from the labs where new weapons are born to the battlefields that shape our future. Until next time, this is Planet Stream, signing off. Globe.